Yes, good morning. Today, let me take you through how you can compute the amount of power consumption in your house, precisely domestic installation. And here we are talking about electrical energy. And we start by a simple definition as energy is the ability to do work, and it's measured in joules. Remember, 1 joule is equivalent to 1 watt second. So generally in computation, when I say 1 joule is equivalent to 1 watt second, basically mean we're dealing with power, because power is measured in joules, and seconds, that is time. So generally, in considering domestic loads, we measure the power in kilowatts and time in hours. Therefore, energy is equal to kilowatt times hours, better known as kilowatt hours. So to convert watt seconds in in kilowatt hour, that will be watt seconds over 1,000 times 3,600, where watt seconds basically is the joule. So we have watt seconds over 1,000 times 3,600. Remember, 1 kilowatt is equivalent to 1,000 watts, and 3,600 seconds is equivalent to 1 hour. So kilowatt or energy is equal to joules over 3,600,000. The kilowatt hour is often referred to as a unit of electricity. That is, 6 kilowatt hour is equivalent to 6 units, which could be 6 kilowatt hour for 1 hour, or 3 kilowatt hour for 2 hours, or 2 kilowatt hour for 3 hours, or 1 kilowatt hour for 6 hours. As previously mentioned, domestic and industrial appliances are connected in parallel to the supply, and therefore the energy each consumes may simply be divided together to determine the total energy used. Now let me give you an ideal example, maybe in a house setup, domestic house setup. Example 1. A domestic consumer has following daily loads connected to the supply. So this consumer has 5 60 watts lights running for 4 hours, 2 kilowatt electric fires running for 2 hours, 1 3 kilowatt water heater for 3 hours, and lastly 1 kilowatt electric kettle for half an hour. Take note, 5 60 watts lights for 4 hours, 2 3 kilowatt electric fires for 2 hours, 1 3 kilowatt water heater for 3 hours, and 1 2 kilowatt kettle for half an hour. Let's calculate the amount of power consumed here. So we start with lights, saying 5 lights, and each light lamp is rated as 60 watts, so that is 5 times 60 times 4, because it's running for 4 hours. That will be 1,200. So we are dealing in kilowatt hour, so that will be 1,400. 1,200 divided by 1,000, that would be 1.2 kilowatt hour. We have fires of 2, that is rating is 3 kilowatts, so, and they are running for 2 hours. That is 2 times 3 times 2, that will be 12 kilowatt hours. Water heater 1, and in the rating is 3,000 watts, that is 3 kilowatts times 3, because it's running for 3 hours, that is 9 kilowatt hour. And lastly, we have electric kettle, which is 1. The rating is 2 kilowatt, and it's running for half an hour, that is times 0.5, that will be 1 kilowatt hour. So the total consumption per day for this consumer will be 23.2 kilowatt hour. So energy expended in a week will be 7 times 23.2. That would be roughly 162.4 kilowatt hour. Remember, 1 unit is equivalent to 1 kilowatt hour, so that will be around 162.4 kilowatt hour, because 1 kilowatt hour is equivalent to 1 unit. Let's introduce tariff here so that you can know how much this consumer can be charged. So tariff charges are made by the distribution network operator, and in our case this is the KPLC. So for the use of electricity, so there are several types of tariff available depending on the kind of installation, maybe domestic or commercial, small commercial. However, the basis of tariff calculation is charged per unit, kilowatt hour consumed. So in our previous example, let's say the supply authority charges us about 121 shillings per unit. So you multiply the amount consumed in 1 week, that was 162.4, then you multiply the amount per unit, then you'll get the amount of money you'll pay in a week. Let me give you another example. That's example 2. A domestic consumer has following daily loads connected to the supply. This consumer now has 8 60 watts lights for 5 hours, 2 4,500 watts instant water heaters for 1 hour, 1 3,000 electric kettle for half an hour, 1 1,000 electric dry iron box for half an hour, 1 60 watt TV set for 8 hours, 125 watts subwoofer for 6 hours, and lastly 1 650 watt microwave for half an hour. Let's calculate. For the lights, we are going to have 8 times 6 times 5, that is 2,400, that is equivalent to 2.4 kilowatt hour. We have for instant shower, we are going to have 2 times 4,500, that is 9,000. Converting it to kilowatt hours will be 9 kilowatt hour. We have 1 times 3,000 times 0.5, that is for electric kettle, running for half an hour. That will be 150 watts. That will be 150 watts. Please converting that into kilowatt, that will be 0.15 kilowatts. We have 1 electric dry iron running for half an hour. That is 1 times 1,000 times 0.5, that is 500. Converted will be 0.5 kilowatt hour. We have 1 60 watt TV set for 8 hours. That was 1 times 60 times 8, that would be 480. Converted into kilowatts, it would be 0.48 kilowatt hours. You have 125 watt subwoofer for 6 hours. That is 1 times 25 times 6, that is 150. Converted into kilowatt hours will be 0.15 kilowatt hours. And again we have 1 650 watts microwave for half an hour. That is 1 times 650 times 0.5, that is 325, that is 0.325 kilowatt hours. So one day this consumer will be using about 13.005 kilowatt hours. Remember, 1 kilowatt hour is equivalent to 1 unit, so this consumer will be actually consuming like 13.005 units per day. So say that, let's say that the